Hey guys, today's video is going to be a guide on how to play the Mimic. The Mimic is by far my most favorite killer in Bye Bye Night, so I just want to share some of the things I learned with him. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the guide, and I hope you find this a little bit helpful. So the first thing I want to say is that this game is in its early stages right now, and there may be some changes to this character. So I don't want to hear anybody complaining about this guide not being helpful. It may or may not be up to date, so I'm sorry. So this guide is going to be mainly focused on how I would play the character. I'm not going to talk about things like his stats or stuff like that, how much damage he does, because all that stuff you can read, it's already displayed. I would say the most important thing about playing the Mimic is knowing when to switch his modes. The Mimic has 3 different modes: Strength, Speed, and Stealth. Each mode has their own importance. Strength does the damage, Speed helps you stop looping, and using the dig on Stealth shows you where everybody is. The Mimic is all about getting close to your survivor with Stealth and Speed mode, and then once you're close to the survivor, you need to switch to your damage mode. The reason why that is because you're slowed down every time you do an M1 on Strength mode. On top of that, the survivor running speed is faster than the damage mode running speed of the Mimic. So the best thing to do is to get close to any survivor as much as possible.
I think you can tell by how big this is. Well, I don't even know. Like,
That didn't even hit me, bro.
It should tell you if a door is about to break or not.
To me, the most annoying part about the Mimic is that every time you switch modes, there is a cooldown on the M1. So that's why it's extremely important to get extremely close to the survivor before you switch to your strength mode. The only important part about the stealth mode is the dig ability, and that's because it shows you where everybody is. Really, the only time I use the stealth mode is to use the dig ability. Most of the time I'm chasing somebody, so I'm always switching between stealth and strength. The last thing I want to say about the modes is that you don't have to use your mouse to press what mode, you can just press the numbers listed on screen. So if you want to switch modes really quickly, just press Q and then whatever number, like extremely fast. Also, you can switch your mode while you're chasing somebody, just hold shift. The next thing I want to talk about are the Mimic abilities. The Mimic has 4 different abilities listed on screen, and each one of them have one thing in common which is very important to know. All of them leave the survivor ragdolled. But first I want to focus on the leap ability. Some cases I would use the leap ability are to obviously ragdoll and damage the survivor, or to get closer to the survivor. One thing I like doing is after I hit a survivor with my leap, I immediately switch to strength. Depending on where the survivor is, you should be able to get a free hit on strength mode. One last thing with the leap, you could also jump over doors in the forest map. So if somebody's barricading a door, you can just literally leap over it.
What a clip, bro.
Exactly. The next abilities are the grab and drill. This is a melee attack, so you have to be up close to your target to do this. The best thing to do with the drill attack is to throw the survivor that you have into a dead end. Since they're ragdolled, you should be able to immediately switch to strength, and you should be able to get a free hit. You can actually also throw the survivor into another survivor. It's funny, but I don't really see it happening in game.
What?
Bro.
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
I'm holding Spooky, you idiot. Ah!
Oh my god.
Ah!
Oh, fuck.
The last ability we have is drill. Every killer has an ability to get ESP, and this is how the Mimic gets ESP. The drill does damage and then ragdolls the survivor. It shows you where everybody is, and it's also perfect to close distance. So yeah, you guys know the drill. But anyways, after the survivor is ragdolled, you should be able to switch to strength and get a free hit. But it does kind of depend on where the survivor lands, because after using the drill, they kind of like end up anywhere. It's pretty inconsistent, and it kind of just depends on the map.
Okay.
I'm
I'm gonna...
Who should I go for?
Wait.
Okay, Bethany, you know what to do. Stand still.
Oh,
Run
fuck
away,
no.
run away immediately.
Bitch, I tried and I'm on the fucking floor. Why am I on the floor still?
Yeah.
What the f-
Okay. So if the survivor does end up pretty far, then just switch to speed. But if they don't, then you should be able to get a free hit on strength. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the modes and the abilities. The Mimic is basically all about just balancing your speed and strength mode. You gotta close your distance with speed, and you need to do damage with strength. If you don't have a good balance, then you're gonna have a hard time killing anybody. The very last thing I want to talk about in this guide is how to start your games. When games start, the survivors are gonna start doing their tasks. So the best thing I would do is to go on stealth mode and use your dig ability. Or since in stealth mode you can't hear your footsteps, you could just walk up into somebody doing a generator and do the drill attack. If you're using your dig or your drill stab, just make sure to at least target someone who's doing a generator or trying to put in a battery somewhere. But me personally, I use the dig ability because 1, it's faster, and 2, I could see everybody, so I could easily see if somebody's doing a battery or doing a generator. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say for this video. Everything I said in this video is basically everything I do that helps me win all of my killer games. So I really do hope you guys find this video helpful. I put a lot of time editing this video, so I hope you guys do enjoy this, and if you did, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, that's all, and see you guys in the next video. Bye! Yeah!